Welcome to English with Leanne. Today we have the phrasal verb to let down, and later I'm going to throw in an idiom as well that uses to let down but has a special meaning. So our first definition of to let down is to disappoint, to fail to meet someone's expectations. So you might hear someone say, "Wow, I was really excited about that movie, but it was just a letdown." Ooh, wait. Ugh, I used the noun. A letdown, a disappointment. The movie was just a letdown. The movie really let me down. I can't believe it wasn't better than that. Or you could have a different example, and that could be, "My boss let me down. I was sure he was going to promote me. He even told me a promotion was in my near future, but he gave the promotion to my colleague. It was a real letdown when he announced it." Notice how I used both the verb to let down and the noun a letdown in that example. Now, another meaning of this is to slowly lower or gradually go down. So you might say, "Hey, can you let down the curtains? I noticed you had them tied up there. We need to let them down." Oh, a particular meaning with to let down is actually a mixture of the definition of to untie and let fall and to lower gradually. And that particular meaning comes when we talk about letting down your hair. So if you have your hair up in a ponytail and you let your hair down, you take your hair down. You just no longer have it up in a ponytail. And that would be the phrasal verb meaning. But we have an idiomatic meaning for this. To let your hair down. To let your hair down means to relax, to not be uptight. So if you have a stressful week at work, you might look forward to letting your hair down over the weekend. And that means relaxing, being yourself, not having to be professional, just getting to be you. And you might tell someone, "Man, you really just, can you let your hair down for once? You're so stressed." And that would be the idiom of to let your hair down. It can also be to let your hair down physically, which is not the idiom, but the phrasal verb. We have two more meanings of to let down. The first is British, and I would not use it in America. To let down, to deflate or to release the air that's inside something. So if your car has a flat tire, you could use let down. We need to let down the tires. We need to have less air in the tires. This is so awkward as an American. I would not use it. And the last meaning of to let down is to lower the hem of a piece of clothing. So if you think about having a dress or a skirt and you grow, and so the skirt gets shorter, and if you let down your skirt, you are going to make your skirt longer by changing the hem. The hem, that's the bottom edge where, it's a nice bottom edge and there might be extra fabric. You can also let down a pair of pants, and that is to release the extra fabric to make your pants longer. So again, very specific meaning. Since we don't make a lot of our own clothes anymore, you'll run into this one a little less often than you might have in the past. So go ahead and take a look at our definitions of to let down. And good luck using to let down and a letdown.